Welcome back to our Coach's Corner feature this week, fall break week for the Ponca City High School, and that means a Thursday high school football game that we'll talk with Coach Allen about, but a little bit different as far as the week is concerned for practice schedule and for the game. Everybody's got one less day. Wildcats last Friday went to Bixby, and after a close first half, Bixby opened things up and won the ball game. And Coach Allen, I think that Bixby is a team that if they can stay injury-free, they could win Division II.
Yes, they're one of the top teams in the state. We as a coaching staff thought after the game that was the best team we had played all year. I mean, Guthrie, Booker T, doesn't matter. That was the best team. They took it to us physically, whatever you say. We've always, I thought, been even one of them either evenly matched or in most cases sometimes the more physical team in most of our games. But in that case, Bixby was a little more physical than we were, and that's a credit to their program. They're a good program.
They've got an outstanding senior class, but they're special skilled players or underclassmen. We're going to have to see them again next season. They got a safety early on. We forced a bunch of punts early. I'm sure that they haven't been used to punting as much as they did. Coach, they took an 8-0 lead when Dalton Missourier gave us a big shot in the arm. Whether he won the game or not, Dalton showed that he's getting some confidence, and the field goal team was successful.
You're right. Dalton's gotten better. We've been working on that, and that was you're right. That was a positive in the game. It's showing that was something we worked on the last couple of weeks. Gets executed. I mean, it was not. He was on a direct hash. He was on the left hash, and for a right-hand kicker, he has to make it. And he had great height on the ball. Good kick. Proud of him. Proud of our unit there, and kicking a field goal. As far as we had struggled on that early in the season, it was a big concern. And a little bit up to that point, you were still a little bit like, can we do this thing? And so he comes out with confidence, and the guys execute it and do a great job.
Well. The wind was such a factor, and I'm sure that went in, not that he couldn't make that type of field goal, but with the wind, I'm sure there was some thought as to maybe we should go for it. It was 8-3 at that point, Coach, and at that point I thought they had moved the ball, but they hadn't been able to score, and I thought, boy, if we could just get this thing to halftime. And then as it happens, the floodgates opened up, and they scored 4 touchdowns in about 8 minutes and put the ball game away.
Yeah, a lot of it, defense. Now they had it's a two-way street. Bixby's fit. They have a good O-line. We think a combination of their O-line and that big running back over time wore us down. And Roller, that big 230-pound tailback they have is the real deal. And it's taxing on our front seven, who stopped everybody's run pretty much all season. Just that we have problems with that. Obviously, offensive turnovers were a huge thing in that part of it. We had some turnovers, not all players. There was a couple mistakes by players, and then a couple bad calls on coaches, and that combined with some bad turnovers, and that also helped Bixby in that big run there, closing out the first half. Honestly, that hadn't happened to us all year long. Positive. Positive thing is that hadn't happened to us all year long, and we had regularly in the last couple of years experienced quite a few of those type of segments. That was the first time that's happened all year long, but it doesn't need to happen again. It shouldn't happen again, and we'll fix that on there. But Bixby's a good football team. They help cause a lot of that.
Absolutely. The Spartans came up with the win. The Wildcats come home and now prepare, Coach, for a Thursday ball game against another good team. Sand Springs coming to town. Some thoughts on that ball game?
Hey, got to pick our guys up. We've got a really good shot here, I think, Thursday night to get the season back on track. I think we'll be feeling really good about ourselves if we can pull out this win and then go into the next game. Our guys, we just can't get down and throw in the towel and type mentality. We got to keep pushing and keep working, And it is tough after losses sometimes, especially a loss like that. So my main concern is just getting us psychologically and mentally ready to go for this week, which I think our guys will, by the way. But just making sure that that gets addressed, and just getting ready to finish out a great month. And I think it starts with this Sand Springs Sandites game this Thursday night. It's a big one for us, and and I think we'll be up to the challenge.
Sand Springs beat Sapulpa, a ball game that was close, and they opened it up late. But Sand Springs has traditionally been very good the last few years. So this ball game too, Coach. It's kind of a do or die for our Wildcats now. We really have to go on a winning streak, don't we?
Yeah, it's playoff start this week for us. That's what I'm going to tell our guys. Playoff start this week, and and Sand Springs they got a talented team. You're right. They've coming off the last probably two of the best years they've had in a while in their recent memory. So they got they'll have confidence coming in here. But I think this is an important game for us, and I think our guys are going to be ready to go.
Coach, good luck, and don't forget Thursday night, 7 o'clock at Sullivan Stadium, the Wildcats in Sand Springs. For Chris Adams behind the camera, for Coach Allen, Phil Turney, have a great week.